And a good midday to everybody. J7409 here with you with the midday update on Alberto. This came in around 10:37 a.m. EDT today, Sunday, May the 27th, 2018. It's picking up speed, people. The maximum sustained winds are now 50 miles per hour. So you know the wind gusts are more than that, okay? So the maximum sustained winds are 50 miles per hour. The minimum central pressure 994 millibars, and if you're tracking it, it's located at 27.1 north, 84.4 west, and it is picking up speed and movement, still moving north around 14 miles per hour. I'm not going to make this long and drawn out. I just want to share and check on a few things for everyone quickly. And one of those things is the tracking map, and the tracking of the map of the National Hurricane Center. Wherever it's blue, you're under a tropical storm warning. You can see how they've got this thing progressing along. I still think it's going to come all the way up into here, maybe into Canada. I saw that in some more things I was researching on my models this morning. Come back down and boop, get off the coast. But it's going to turn into a low system when it does that. No big deal. And the track is pretty much just about like it is. Looks like they bumped it a little more over to the east, as I was saying earlier I thought it would do. The next thing that's very important is storm surge, and if any of this does occur for any of these areas, it will be at the time of high tide. That's when it should happen. Okay, if it's blue, I want to show you, that's just greater than a foot above ground. If it's yellow, greater than 3 feet above ground. So let's go check all these areas out. And I will bring the map down before we leave here, but you can see all of these areas. I'll give you a chance to see if you may be in any of these areas that are yellow and blue. And we're coming on across now. There's the wildlife refuge. There's Swanee. And you can see it goes on up. I don't know if you guys live, if any of you live in any of these areas, but you can see where the water might get a little high on you there. But it shouldn't be too bad, because that should be just a little over a foot, okay? Horseshoe Bend area. This is important that you guys look at this to see if it's in any of your areas. Storm surge is one of the worst things when it comes to any kind of tropical system, period. And all of this still could change, as we very well know. There's Jefferson and Taylor. I believe it says Taylor up there. And there's the St. Mark Wilderness area. Move on around here now. Around St. James Island area, or around the St. James Island State Park area of Bald Point. And then it seems to slack on off. So we will bring the map down. Okay, the map's down now, and all of the possibilities of storm surge are in Florida right now at this point. And see, it all stops over here. There may be a little coming up over in Pensacola area later and in Mobile, but right now storm's not close enough. May change course. Gotta wait and see what happens. And what does the National Hurricane Center think as they had their latest discussion about Alberto around lunch? Well, with deep convection closer to the center and a slightly smaller radius of maximum winds, it appears that Alberto is beginning its transition to a tropical cyclone. Now, the reconnaissance aircraft data also indicated as they went out this morning that a shallow warm core is present. It is likely that Alberto will make the transition to tropical storm later today or tonight. Now, as this transition occurs, some additional strengthening is in the forecast while Alberto moves over marginally warm sea surface temperatures and the shear wind is going to die down and relax. However, dry mid-level air wrapping around the eastern portion of the circulation could slow the intensification process before Alberto reaches the coast. So that would be a good thing if that happened. Don't know if it is. We're going to have to wait and see. Now, the initial motion, again, is highly uncertain due to the center reformations. This little storm has tried it for what, 3 weeks, going on 4 to become something. Now, the reformations that have occurred over the past 12 to 24 hours are uncertain. The cyclone should move generally northward today, then turn northwestward around the northeastern side of a cutoff low over the central Gulf of Mexico. The timing and location of landfall of the center will be dependent on when the northwestward turn occurs. Remember that. Remember that. We'll have a more locked down know when that northwestward turn occurs as to where it most likely will make landfall. Now, the latest European forecast moves Alberto faster northward before it makes the turn, and therefore brings the center on shore much sooner and farther eastward than the UK Met and GFS. The National Hurricane Center forecast is near the model consensus and is somewhat faster than the previous advisory, and users should remember not to focus on the exact timing and location of landfall, since wind and rain will continue to spread northward over the northeastern Gulf Coast well ahead of the center. And this will probably get up to around 60-mile-per-hour winds, and it will have gusts that are higher than that if it does strengthen before it hits land. And as you can see right here, in 12 hours, 60-mile-per-hour winds, 24 hours, 60-mile-per-hour winds, and you know the gust will be higher. So that's a wrap up for the midday update on subtropical storm Alberto. Probably more than likely, I just know, folks, I got that feeling. I shouldn't say I know. I could be totally wrong, you know, but I got a real good feeling it will become a tropical storm. So make sure you got all your stuff together. I'm not going to go over all of that again with you. You guys know what to do by now. In the meantime, I want to thank you for watching. Please, this is very important, and I really appreciate it. Please share this video with all your friends and family, especially in the area of the Florida Panhandle and the Alabama area, and maybe also down for northern Mississippi around the Gulf Coast. Please share this video. People need to know that this is strengthening, and it might be just a little more than a big old thunderstorm. You know what I'm saying? And the rain, I didn't even get to all that, but the rain is going to rain. So make sure you're all ready. You're tucked away. You got plenty of things to do. Kids are happy. All that good stuff. You have a good evening. I'll be back with another update later. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, click the bell, share, comment, and like. I love you guys. You have a good afternoon.